What's up, guys? It's your Formless guide coming in today with a new episode. It's gonna be the bubble of ignorance. Now, there's a silence that pretends to be peace, a stillness that is not yet knowing. We sit inside a sphere of shadows, mistaking echo for truth and comfort for clarity. But the light does not argue, it simply waits. And when the bubble bursts, it does not ask for permission. This is Guru J, and today we explore the bubble of ignorance, the quiet enclosure that shapes our perception, our beliefs, and our resistance to transformation. Now, I'm sure you may ask, what is the bubble of ignorance? The bubble of ignorance is not simply the absence of knowledge. Rather, it's a self-reinforcing enclosure. A cognitive cocoon, if you want to think about it like that, where we mistake familiarity for truth. It forms when we surround ourselves with ideas, voices, and beliefs that confirm what we already think and exclude what might be challenging for us. There's a difference between not knowing and refusing to know. The bubble thrives on this latter. In the psychological terms, I want you to know this as an epistemic bubble. In spiritual terms, this would be known as avidya, otherwise ignorance, the root of suffering, the reason why we go through all these perceived negativity, be it emotional turmoil, physical turmoil, psychological turmoil, spiritual turmoil. And in emotional terms, it's fear disguised as certainty. You ever thought about it like this? You truly love or feel comfort within this certainty of ignorance. Now let's look at the mechanics. How does this bubble begin to form? I like to call this the echo chambers. We curate our reality online, socially, spiritually, until dissenting voices are filtered out. Cognitive autoimmunity. The mind defends its ignorance by attacking anything unfamiliar. This is where doubt becomes your enemy. And finally, identity attachment. We cling to beliefs because they feel like part of who we are. To question them feels like self-erasure, otherwise what we call as ego death. And so, the bubble becomes not just a mental state, but a karmic loop, samsara in disguise. To understand where this bubble resides, we can look to the body's own map. Ignorance is not just in the mind, it has a home in your very being, particularly in the lower centers. It often lives as a solid presence in the root, Muladhara. It is the deep, fundamental fear of not having enough, the clinging to survival that mistakes safety for truth. In the sacral, or otherwise known as the second chakra, it is the attachment to stories, to desire, and to the emotional waves that we mistake for our own identity. Have you ever felt like you're entirely ruled by your emotions every day? There doesn't seem to be room for much more than your emotions, be it explosive, be it distant, however it may occur. and finally, the solar plexus, otherwise known as our willpower, where we practice persevering in our lives despite the challenge. It's the powerful ego, the illusion of a fixed self that we have, that so desperately craves to be in control. I'm sure you've experienced this before. I'm sure you've seen this before. Take the time to truly gather what this means for you, wherever you are on your journey. But the light of awareness moves upward too. The bubble begins to thin as we ascend. In the heart, it is held with compassion. We realize that ignorance is not a personal failure, but a shared human condition. In the throat, truth now finds its voice, and we learn to listen with a deep awareness that transcends words. And in the third eye, the bubble is finally seen for what it is, nothing but a fleeting illusion. Here, a pure clarity, or as you've come to know it as vipassana, insight or intuition, simply sees it for what it is. The crown now. The crown is where it all dissolves, not with a bang, but with this quiet, boundless dissolution. Here in the formless, there is no bubble left to burst. In fact, we begin to realize this bubble is nothing but an infatuation of our fears. To burst the bubble is not to destroy, it is to awaken. I'd like you to honor doubt. Doubt is not weakness, it is the first crack in the shell. The irritation of doubt is sacred. It means the soul is stirring. Embrace unknowing. The mind naturally wants answers, but the heart thrives in mystery. Can you sit in the discomfort of not knowing and call it grace? Can you truly say, I don't know, and feel joy, not knowing, having possibility, having opportunity? Emotional alchemy. Fear of being wrong can be transmuted into humility, curiosity, and compassion. The bubble doesn't pop with force. It dissolves as your awareness arises. Now I'd like to pause here, not to teach or to talk some more, but rather to turn inward. I invite you to sit with these questions, not to solve them, but to feel them. Feel how your body reacts to them. Feel how your mind reacts to them. Feel how every layer of you reacts to these questions. Take a breath. When was the last time you realized you were wrong about something important? What did that moment feel like in your body, in your heart? Have you ever defended a belief simply because it felt safe? What were you protecting? Truly think about it. Is there a part of your identity that feels threatened by not knowing? Can you hold that part with compassion without needing to fix it? What voices have you excluded from your inner world, intentionally or unconsciously? What might they reveal if you just give them a chance to come in? Can you recall a time when doubt led you to a deeper truth? What did you have to let go of in order to receive it? And what does ignorance look like in your life? Not as failure, but as a teacher. What is it asking you to see right now? I'd like you to let these questions echo. Let them soften the edges of certainty. You are not broken for not knowing. You are becoming. In the process of this becoming, I'd like to close with a guided meditation, a short one. It's called Stepping Beyond the cave of what is known to you right now. Sit comfortably, breathe gently. Imagine yourself inside a translucent sphere. It's warm, familiar, but limited. Now imagine a soft light pressing against its edges. Not harsh, just persistent. With each breath, the bubble thins. Doubt enters. Curiosity begins to stir. Grace enters. And then, without drama, it dissolves. You are outside now, not in chaos, but in clarity, not in certainty, but in this presence. I'd like to welcome you to the understanding of the formless. Take a minute and truly soak in this nature. Don't try to understand it. Don't try to grasp on it. Simply listen to it. Listen as it vibrates through your body. Listen as it reveals the tension, the hidden spots, the unconscious areas that have been untouched. Now, I'd like you to bring your awareness back to the center of your chest. Focus on your breathing, bringing a weak state to this now formless being, becoming more conscious while slowly drifting back to the room. I'd like to thank you for taking this journey with me. I hope within this episode you found, seen, or even felt the presence of ignorance that has been in your life, that's in your life. However many layers it came, you are here now. Be kind to yourself and let the formless nature be your guide. Remember, you can find the Formless Guide on Spotify, YouTube, and all other podcast platforms. All the links are available in our bio. Until next time, stay open, stay curious, explore your formless nature. This is your Formless Guide, signing off.